Now these have come in as PDFs, not as citations. And having the PDF is helpful, but that won't allow us to use this information in citations in our word processor. So I'm just going to show you a little trick here for getting citation information automatically through Zotero. So I've selected the PDFs that I've imported. I'll right-click over top, and I'm going to choose this option here, Retrieve Metadata for PDFs. Now what it's doing is looking up the citation information for those PDFs, and it's converting each PDF to a citation, and it's attaching the PDF to it. So if I take, for example, I'll close that. Lindsay and O'Connell was one of those. So you can see that all of the citation information here for Lindsay and O'Connell is showing, and we also have the PDF attached to that file. I still recall the day that I discovered that was a function in Zotero. I was literally jumping up and down off my chair in excitement. Clearly I need to get out more. It's a really, really quick way to get citation information in. Now just a note, when you do that for the first time, you may get a message that asks you to enable PDF indexing. So just go through the steps involved in doing that if you get prompted to do so. Still very quiet on the question panel. We do have a very small group attending today, folks. There's just 5 of you online. So if you are unsure about anything or would like me to re-explain, do pop it through the question panel, or even just send me a message to tell me what you think of those reference entering functions so far. Now just a couple more things to show you in terms of getting reference information in. Sometimes all you have is a unique identifier. It might be a DOI number or an ISBN number, or you might have the full citation information but want to use this quick technique for entering it in. So I have a particular example for a book. The book is one of my favorites. It's called Read Me First for a User's Guide to Qualitative Methods. And rather than typing all of that in, it's quite a lengthy title, what I'll do is use this button here. So on that Zotero toolbar, the third button in is Add Items by Identifier. So I'll click that now. I'm going to manually type this in, but once again, the ISBN number is in the folder of files that I sent. So you're welcome to copy and paste instead. But the number is 141-292-7439. I'll press enter, and it has used that unique identifier to look up the details of this particular book, and it's pulled across the citation information for me. So really useful. It might be a colleague's given you a copy of a book and you just take a note of the ISBN number and enter that in. Right, now it could well be that there are no quick ways to enter the particular piece of information that you have, and it still is possible to manually enter citation information in that situation. So we'll be entering in another one of my favourite books, Graham Gibbs' Analysing Qualitative Data. And I'll just show you where the option is to start to enter this in. So once again on the Zotero toolbar, if you could click on the New Item button, and then coming down, this is a book that we're entering in. So obviously range of different options, and there is some more off the More icon. So I'm just choosing book, and something I like about Zotero is it's really obvious where to put the citation information. Within Note, there's all these really weird rules around how things like author names can be entered in. And if you're not aware of the rules, you can really easily go wrong. With Zotero, it's very, very obvious. So title here, Analysing Qualitative Data. And just coming off that to show you author, you'll see there's a box for last and a box for first. So that's pretty obvious. So this is by Gibbs, first name Graham. In terms of other key information here, the place of publication is London, UK, and the publisher is Sage Publications. Now just a note here, once again referring back to consistency, it's really important that things like publisher names and author names are entered in a consistent manner. You'll see that Zotero popped up a little list of possibilities there, and I was able to select one. Things like publisher names, I like to actually just keep a style sheet as a record of all of the different ways that I've entered in publisher names, just so that I can refer to that and make sure I have done it in the correct manner. But the only other thing we need to enter in here is the date, so that's 2007. If I had any files associated with this item, if that perhaps was a journal article and I wanted to attach the PDF of the journal article, then I could just drag and drop the journal article to that item. So just a note on that, folks, that retrieve metadata example I showed you where I brought in PDFs and converted them to citations, you might find that on some older citations that feature doesn't work, and in that case you would need to manually enter just the way that I have. It would have to be a pretty old journal article for it not to convert over, or alternatively scanned journal articles sometimes won't convert over either.